How did you start mistaking the fear of losing him for the joy of having him? It's easy to get there when the anxiety of keeping him starts feeling like passion. You start kind of confusing fear with joy when the relationship became unstable enough that your nervous system actually got activated every time you thought about him. The adrenaline from wondering whether he'd pull away or stay engaged got misinterpreted as excitement. The relief when he finally texted back or showed up or gave you attention after withholding it felt so intense that you started associating all that with a dopamine hit, when what you're actually addicted to is the cycle of anxiety and relief that he kept creating. At some point, you stopped asking whether you enjoyed being with him and started measuring the relationship by how much it would hurt to lose him. And those are two completely different questions with completely different answers. What makes this confusing and really effective confusion is that fear generates strong feelings, and strong feelings can kind of masquerade as depth or significance. When you're constantly worried about whether he's pulling away or losing interest, every moment that he does engage, it feels precious and meaningful because it temporarily quiets all that anxiety. You interpret the relief as happiness when it's just your body coming down from stress, but real joy would be the baseline experience of being with someone and not the exception that shows up only when they've stopped creating uncertainty. If being with him feels good primarily because it means that you haven't lost him yet, you're not experiencing the relationship. You're experiencing the temporary absence of panic. What breaks that pattern is recognizing that if removing the fear of loss eliminates most of your positive feelings about the relationship, then you don't have love. You've gotten attached to someone who keeps you've gotten attached to somebody who keeps you destabilized enough that any scrap of security just kind of feels like a win. Ask yourself what you'd feel if he were completely committed and the outcome were certain. If the answer is boredom or disappointment or not relief and contentment, then you're not really afraid of losing something good. You're just habituated to crisis, and you've kind of mistaken tolerance for chaos, and that's somehow turned into evidence that this person matters when really you're just proving that you can survive being chronically unsettled.